Oh hi, I didn't see you come in. Welcome to the first video in this series on the basics of arranging. The purpose of this video is not to solve arranging problems for you, but to rather arm you with a list of questions to ask yourself while you're listening to that killer track that you want to perform with your group. Also, these questions are applicable regardless of style, so whether you're arranging for an a cappella group or a wedding band, a rock band, a polka group. They're all really good to keep in mind, and they'll help make the process easier down the line when you're actually arranging. The first thing that we're going to take a look at is arguably the most recognizable piece of the song, the melody. Let's get to the question. Question 1. Does the melody hold interest on its own? Is it an interesting melody? If you take away the lyrics and the background, all of the harmony, all of the background instruments, is the melody interesting? Because if it's not, it can still work, it just might be compensated for in some other way. Number 2. Does the melody overlap in places? This is a big one, especially with multi-track recording nowadays. You'll have a song and the person will be singing the verse and the chorus will come in while they're still finishing up the line in the verse, or at the end of the chorus, the next verse might come in while they're still holding the last note of the chorus. This isn't a bad thing, and this can be handled in really interesting ways, but just understand that it's kind of impossible to do that live with one singer, so you might need to find an interesting, creative way around it. If you want to hear a lot of that, check out the Epic Rap Battles of History, because in almost every verse of every rap that they've done since the second season of it, they do this all the time. Number 3, are the background vocals an important part of the song? You have a lot of songs that just have oohs and ahs and harmonies and stuff like that, but then you have songs where the background vocals provide just as much character as the rest of the track itself, as the melody, as the background. Listen to Baby Please Come Home. It's the Christmas song where every 2 seconds they go, Christmas! I don't think that was too much for copyright problems. Let's hope not. But without those Christmases, it just loses so much character. That's the part that people recognize. So if you're gonna try to arrange it, you might wanna put those in there. 4. What is the simplified melody? Ornamentation and riffing goes back to the beginnings of vocal music. Classical singers do it, pop singers do it, I'm sure Gregorian chant people did it, whatever they're called. Monks? They're not monks. Priests? I don't know. That's gonna come up in the comments. But in order to know what's really happening in the arrangement, see if you can boil it down to the essential melody that they're singing. It'll really help a lot with giving background parts things to do and stuff like that. Question number 5. Are there iconic melodies in the song other than the main melody, other than the vocal melody? Think about Sweet Child of Mine. It's a great song, it has an evolution to it, it's very dramatic, it hits that really, really cool minor part with the guitar solo in it. Think about when you know it's Sweet Child of Mine, do you have to wait until the vocals come in? No, of course not. As soon as Slash starts playing the once again, I think we're safe with copyright. People know that guitar riff just as much as they know the rest of the melody, so might be smart to include it, maybe? All right, we're gonna leave it at those 5 for right now. Let me know down in the comments any other questions that you ask yourself while you're listening to songs, or just things you like about melody, really. What are things that you look for in a melody? What makes a melody interesting to you? Also comment below any solutions that you might have to any of the problems I talked about, like overlapping vocals, stuff like that. How have you handled those? Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. My name's Greg, and as always, I am super excited to share this musical world with you.